Agatha writes that I gained an ethic based on a religious upbringing, which I guess proves that you can gain meaningful ethics and value from a religion without believing in its literal truth. I don't deny that. I would say I gained a lot of morals and ethics because of my religious upbringing. My parents raised me as a religious believer, and yeah, that was the framework for a lot of my, ethics and morals growing up. No one, I don't think any atheist would deny that you can't learn a lot of really great things from religion. But I don't think that has anything to do with whether or not that religion is true. And I would argue that if you believe in something, if you believe that, you shouldn't steal, what's really more ethical? Is it more ethical to say, don't steal from someone else because God's watching you and he's going to be angry? Or is it more ethical to teach someone, don't steal from someone else because you wouldn't want them to steal from you? And if all of society acted that way and we were all stealing from each other, like, our society would practically collapse. To me, it makes much more ethical sense to teach someone to do the right things for the right reasons, instead of saying, God's watching and you're going to go to hell if you don't do what we say. And the problem is, when it comes to certain issues, religion really isn't ethical. I don't think it is ethical to tell someone, if you kiss someone, if you have sex before marriage, you're condemned. Or if you use the birth control pill, God's going to be angry. So it's not like religion has the right answer on a lot of ethical issues too. One thing I also realized that, when I became non-religious, when I dropped my faith, this is one of the questions I had to consider, which is, I learned to be a good person in part because of my religious upbringing, but could I still justify all my thinking, all my ethics, all my morals? Could I still justify them outside of the framework of God? So, okay, I used to do this thing because I thought God wanted me to do it, but does it still make sense even outside of that? I mean, we made a video about this before, but I was a vegetarian because of my religious upbringing, and after I stopped being religious, I really did have to ask myself, I don't eat meat, but should I not eat meat even though I know God's not going to be upset if I do? And I could basically convince myself, I think there are a lot of ethical reasons not to eat meat. Cool, so I could justify it for myself. And I think all atheists kind of go through that phase, if you at least become an atheist, where a lot of those thoughts you had that were steeped in religion, you got to rethink how it all works. I remember Julia Sweeney in her show, Letting Go of God. She said, if I don't believe in God anymore, what is holding the planets in the air? It's like, oh, right, gravity. Like, there's good reasons to believe in stuff even outside of religion. So no one's denying that religion can teach you to do a lot of good things. My worry is that sometimes it teaches people to do good things, but for the wrong reasons. And that's unfortunate because the right reasons are so easy to find if you just look for them. My name is Hemant Mehta, and I write for friendlyatheist.com. Please leave your comments and thoughts below, and we will check them out.